You're welcome to Infrastructure Watch, another wonderful episode on Repower 100.5 FM. Of course, you can only get the premium quality, audio quality that is on this FM station, Repower, but the video shows across all social media platforms in the world. Now, today's episode of Infrastructure Watch, we have one of the most fascinating real estate developers. You know how we do, I can't actually unveil his names to you, but he'll be doing that by himself. Now, this guy is fascinating and he's prolific. After the short break, we'll get to meet him. Don't go anywhere.
It's infrastructure, what? Everything, housing, roads, construction, power, infrastructure, what? Yeah.
Now, my guest is already seated in the studios.
Thank you very much.
You know, before the break, our listeners were wondering, all our viewers on social media were wondering, who is this prolific guy? And here you are. I'd like you to tell us your names. Introduce yourself for us. Let's get to meet you, sir, please.
My name is Osilama.
Osilama. I understand you're an estate surveyor and valuer.
Yes.
And you are also the chairman of RIDAN in Abuja.
Yes.
Now, for those of you wondering what RIDAN is all about, RIDAN is actually the umbrella body for all real estate developers in Nigeria. Now, the acronym is RIDAN. The full meaning is Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. And you are the FCT chairman.
Yes.
In Abuja.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us, how has it been being the FCT chairman, and why were you elected anyway?
Well,
I'm sure something unique about you. Just talk to us about it.
Well, being the FCT chairman is very challenging. I haven't been around for some time. I came with a vision to solve some problems. But I met brick walls.
Brick walls?
Solid brick walls.
Solid brick walls.
Yes, so it's either I'm ready to just go ahead and do the business of real estate, or fight and maybe be injured. Since I'm not a politician right now, I just applied wisdom and balance it. Some of those things I can solve, I'm trying to solve them. The ones I can't solve, well, I believe God will help us.
Okay, now, anyway, that's for RIDAN. Let's talk about Nuel Osilama Global. Now, you are the MD, CEO of Nuel Osilama Global. Tell us about Nuel Osilama Global. What do you do here in Nuel Osilama Global?
Well, Nuel Osilama Global is an estate development firm, and we've been around for a few years, about 2 decades, and October we clocked 21 years in practice active.
Wow, October of this year?
Yes, October, this month.
Second
of this month.
Okay.
We were exactly 21 years in business. And our major focus is that we exist for every pocket. That's our motto. That means we provide both luxury and affordable houses. That means whether you earn little, we have a product for you. Whether you are the high and mighty, the high network individual, we have a product for you. So we exist for every pocket. That's our motto. We want to give everybody a house. So this is our vision. We want to add value to humanity. That's our major goal. In the course of doing that, we also believe that we will make profit.
Wow.
So that's our vision.
You exist for every pocket. So even for my pocket, you exist.
Exactly.
Even for the pocket of our listeners all over the world, you exist.
Exactly.
So tell us about some of your projects for the low-income pockets now. Do you have some projects in Abuja, Lagos? Where exactly?
Yes, we have projects, especially from Abuja downward. We have in Lagos, we have in Port Harcourt, we have in Benin right now. And we have a special project, product that is designed for low-income earners.
Wow.
We have so many other products, but there's a particular product we call Pay As You Want.
Pay As You Want.
Pay As You Want, yes.
Okay.
Pay As You Want was designed for people who don't make money, who are businessmen. You make little money, but you're able to save.
Okay.
The idea about owning a property or buying a luxury property or buying a property, normally property, apart from the fact that it gives you a shelter where you hide your head,
yes.
The concept of owning a property is for prestige.
Okay.
So if you don't earn money, but you want to be a prestigious person, you definitely have to make some sacrifices.
Okay.
So in doing that sacrifices, you have to save.
Yes.
So
sure.
if you are somebody that can save little from what you earn, then you are qualified to earn our product.
Pay as you want.
Pay as you want. That means if you want to pay up to 50% of the price at once, you can. If you want to pay a certain percentage monthly,
even 1% every month.
Well, not 1%, but we can work out something for everybody.
Okay.
That means as long as you are working and earning money, you don't have to be a civil servant. You don't have to be a government worker. Yes. Even if you are a business person, even if you are an artisan, as long as you make money,
As long as you make money every day or every month.
Every day and every month. We can design a payment plan for you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
And it cut across every of our location apart from outside the country. Within Nigeria, it cut across all our locations. That means we have something for you in Abuja, we have for you in Lagos, we have for you in Port Harcourt, we have for you in Benin.
Wow. In fact, I'm just getting interested. But before we go on with the conversation, there's somebody listening now, somebody watching us on social media, and they are wondering, how do I key into this pay as you want? Do you have a phone number they can call immediately right now?
Yes.
Okay, what are those phone numbers? 1 or 2 or 3?
070
okay.
0221 1091.
Okay.
Yes.
Another
when
number.
you dial that number, it's just one number.
Okay, take it again.
070, another 0 again, then 221 1091.
Okay.
When you dial that number, it will ask you a question.
Okay.
It will ask you if you want our property, you're interested in our property in Benin, in Lagos, in Dubai, wherever you are interested in. It will tell you to click 1. If it's Abuja, for instance, I will say press 1. When you press 1,
it will hit. Just like a voice prompt.
Exactly. It will hit the right person, and that person will attend to you.
Will attend to you, okay, because you have clients, you have their staff in various locations who have the insights of these projects.
We have branches, active branches in all our locations. We now have only one office in Lagos.
In Lagos. Where is that? For those
presently in Lekki Phase 1.
Lekki Phase 1.
By the roundabout. Yeah.
Now tell us about your projects in Lagos. Because everyone wants to have a piece of Lagos and Abuja. So let's talk about Lagos. Do you have any projects in Lagos presently ongoing, presently selling?
Yes, we have a beachfront at Lekko.
Okay.
Lekko Beach.
Lekko Beach.
Yes, so the beachfront concept is very fine. It's just facing the water. It's a concept that was designed to meet luxury. So when you are sleeping in your house, you'll be hearing the sound of the water.
Wow.
So when you come out of your balcony in the morning, you are face to face with nature.
Wow.
So it's a beautiful sight to behold.
I can just imagine.
We have that in Lekko. Then we have something in Ekpe town. What we have in Ekpe town, that beachfront is Freedom Estate, while the Ekpe town too is affordable. That one is for low-income earners.
Okay.
Yes.
In Ekpe town.
Yes.
For low-income earners.
Yes.
Like how much?
That one is very, very, very cheap. What we are doing there is just land. We are doing between 2.something million, about 2.5 million, and about 3.8 and 4.something million. Yes,
that's quite affordable.
We have just two sizes of land. We have for terraces. We have for fully detached.
Okay.
Because the Lagos land size is 600 and some fraction.
Okay.
So we have full plot and half plot.
Okay, so you have in Lekko and then in Ekpe town.
Yes.
Now, okay, what other projects again ongoing?
We have something coming up at along the Lekki-Ekpe Express corridor. That's where you have the Dangote refinery, where you have the Amen Estate. They are Phase 3. It's on the major road, and it's directly opposite the airport. We're close to Alaro City. That one is brand new. We just got that place, and we're working on it. It's not ready for sales. Maybe by the end of this month. Okay, by the end of October, people can begin to be ready for sales. Yes, people can begin to key in. We had so many other sites in Lagos. Lagos is a very interesting place. Yes, exactly. We had something by Chevron Estate that we were doing fully detached. By Chevron Estate? Yes, we were doing as much as 900 million for a duplex. But we lost the site. You lost the site completely. Yes. After selling. After buying, and we just started. We have not sold to anybody. Okay. After you bought the site, started work on it. Because the family we bought from, they had a court judgment, but somebody outsmarted them. The family actually owned the property. They owned the property, but somebody outsmarted them. Somebody stronger than them outsmarted them, and we were caught in the middle. We did our search and everything before we even got into the property, and other normal circumstances. There's not supposed to be a problem. But the guy was dealing with the Oba of that area, and the Oba signed a document for him that he was able to process. Wow. So rendered their own family documents useless. So these are some of the challenges you face in this business. Yes, especially in areas where their land registry is still having issues. So are those part of the challenges of, or the offshoots of the Land Use Act that you think probably need to be looked into? Seriously. Those are major challenges in the Land Use Act. The design and concept of the Land Use Act is archaic, yes, obsolete, outdated, because it was meant to give the land strictly to government, and maybe compensate the indigenes, maybe through the cash crops and other things that are on the land.
Yes.
If you look at where we are today, because of the pace at which we are growing as a country and the economy, there's a need to review it completely and take off all those things so that people can have access to land. For real estate, the raw material is land.
Yes, it's land.
So if you can't access land, you can't do anything.
You can't do real
like for
estate.
instance, what is happening in Abuja now, when you give land, before this administration, not this administration,
before this present administration of President Tinubu,
you give land to speculators. Somebody doesn't have capacity, because capacity is not only money. Capacity has to do with experience and your contact, your clout, your ability to mobilize. You understand?
Yeah, mobilize what now?
If it's politics, for instance, capacity is ability to mobilize people.
Okay, to mobilize individuals.
To mobilize the right connection, the network to get what you want.
Yes.
But in business, capacity to mobilize resources.
Resources and your technical know-how. That's business.
You understand? In business. So if you give land to somebody who doesn't have capacity to mobilize both human resources and financial resources and experience to a project,
yes,
the project will fail. So when you give land to somebody who doesn't even have idea of what he's going to do with the land, the only thing he has in mind is that he's going to sell it.
Yes, he's going to sell it. That's what I was thinking about.
You have already frustrated the development of that land.
Yes, of that environment. So the person keep the land and is planning to sell it. He got everything, both the processing, application, everything. He got it less than 10 million, and his plan is to sell it for 500 million or 1 billion. You have just finished the developer who will come for the land. Yes. Because he has to do it at that man's price. So government must put a round peg in a round hole. That means President Bola Tinubu, I'll give that to him. He has tried, because observing him from far for so many years, I would say even during, let me not mention names, but for him, for now, I would say that he has tried. He has tried to put round peg in round holes. In terms of appointments, right?
Appointments. And that's what we now help to correct some of these things.
Yes, and drive the economy.
Because people will be doing the right thing. If, for instance, the Minister for Works now, you can see that he's an engineer.
Yes.
He's able to tell you something is wrong and this is not correct. People will not mislead him. So those civil servants who are around him will not come and tell him what is not. That's one. If you go to the Minister for Housing, he's an architect. And he has been a key player in the built industry, having been a former managing director of Federal Mortgage Bank. So he knows what it is.
Yes.
He knows what it entails. He knows what is wrong with the system. Even in the ministry, how the bottlenecks that makes it difficult for developers to access funding.
He has had experience about that. He knows the do's and don'ts.
So now heading the ministry, we know what to take out.
Yes.
So these are the major things. So the president has tried in appointment. And I hope that these people will keep to the expectation of the Mr. President by doing what is right.
Yes, we hope they'll keep the flame alive.
Because it is possible to be a round peg in a round hole and decide to just...
be idle and do nothing to
just
change
play
the
along.
system.
Just play along. Just keep the way things are being done anyhow.
Yes,
just keep it going and say, let's just allow the things to remain the way it is. So for you to be a professional and you are given an opportunity to man that's head a ministry that has to do with your industry, then it's the best thing that can happen to Nigeria. That's a way forward. So if the government can also have the political will to propose an
amendment in the Land Use Act. The show is still Infrastructure Watch. Now, my guest believes that President Bola Tinubu has put round pegs in round holes, doing the right thing to move Nigeria forward. After this short break, we're going to talk more about Nuel Osilama Global. Don't go anywhere.
It's infrastructure was everything: housing, roads, construction, power. Infrastructure was,
Welcome back. We're still with the chairman, FCT chapter, Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, and the MD CEO of Nuel Osilama Global. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, of course, it's been an amazing time still talking with you. We're learning a lot, and I'm sure our listeners are getting insight into key issues of the housing sector. Let's talk about Nuel Osilama Global now. I mean, there are several other real estate companies in Nigeria, and people are thinking, some listeners are thinking, no, I want to do business with this one, I want to do business with another one. Why should I do business with Nuel Osilama Global? Why should I choose you to be my real estate developer?
There are several factors that listeners can look at,
okay,
and consider us as the right people to do businesses. One is consistency.
Consistency.
Yes,
You heard that, consistency.
We have been here for so many years, and we have never shut our doors since we started. We have not had issues to, no matter what it is, even though there are crises that bedevil the industry, we have always confronted all our crises and managed them to the extent that our subscribers and the customers don't suffer setbacks. It may be complicated, but at the end of the day, we always find a way around them. Because I cannot say it is uhuru with the industry. There are so many things that are beyond you.
Yes.
There are many things that are beyond you as a business person that is operating, a player within the industry. There are so many things that you cannot control. But consistency. You can't go to bed. You can't pay us money and go to bed and wake up and we are no longer here. We have been here for so many years.
21 years.
Yes, so many years. And we are still here. We are not going anywhere. We are expanding. So you be rest assured that if you give us your money, you can go to bed and close your eyes.
You can go to bed, travel around the world, 10 years, 20 years, the money is still here.
It's intact. We have customers that bought properties from us around 2009, 2012, all of them. Properties, some of them have never come back.
They've never come back?
Yes, and their properties are intact.
Wow, waiting for them?
Yes.
And they come back and they have the papers intact?
Because most of them traveled abroad and like that, relocated. And once in a while, some will just call to say, hi, is everything.
Wow, and they're not afraid?
Why should they be afraid? Some of them send people to go and check their property. Some of them maybe have a reason to visit the country and pay a visit to the site, and they still see that their property is intact.
Wow.
So consistency. Integrity.
Integrity, number 2.
Yes. Decency.
Number 3, decency.
Yes, decency in business. So if we tell you this is it, that's how it is. We don't tell you one thing and it turns to another thing. You can take our word to market and buy something with our word. What we say to you is what we mean.
So that means your word is actually money.
Yes, we don't.
You can convert your word to money.
We don't twist stories. We put them to you exactly the way they are. If we have a case and it's complicated, as in a matter comes up in a site where you have dealt with us, we put it to you that this is what it is, but don't worry, we will manage it.
Consistency, integrity,
and decency. Yes.
Those are amazing. So if I want to do business with Nuel Osilama Global, they are consistent, they have integrity, and they are decent.
Yes, decency. You can't, we trust. It's about decency.
Yes, it's all interconnected.
Yes, it's about decency because integrity, if somebody is not decent, you tend to do things that are completely
untrustworthy,
unhealthy.
Yes.
You can get desperate, and there are things that there are openings that will look dirty. We don't go into them.
Okay, now where's the office located? You tell us your phone number. You tell us your phone number again anyway before the end of the show, like twice or thrice. Where's the office located for those who want to? Because some Nigerians just like location. They say, okay, I've had their phone numbers. I want to visit them. I want to see their office. Where's the office located, sir?
If they call our numbers, our offices are many. If they call our numbers,
okay, offices are many all over the world. Yes, in fact,
even in Abuja, it's not just this office.
Okay, it's not just in Gariki or Ira 8 alone.
Yeah, this is the head office.
Okay.
If you call our number, you get an office close to you. Once you tell us where you are, there will definitely be an office close to where you are.
Okay, please, can you do us that privilege to call your numbers again?
Yes, 070 0 again 221 1091.
Okay, now let's talk about your projects in Abuja. You told us about the ones in Lagos, the Lekon Beachfront, Ekwetan, beautiful projects. They're amazing. In Abuja, what projects are currently selling now?
We have something that is just starting in Asokoro, opposite Naf Valley.
Okay, opposite Naf Valley.
Opposite Naf Valley.
Wow.
It's Asokoro extension.
Yes.
The terrain is for the high and mighty, high network individual. Where you are standing there, you can have a view of almost 50 to 70% of the entire Abuja.
Wow.
Yes, and we have 2 house types.
Okay.
We have the fully detached 5-bedroom duplex, and we have the terrace 3 and 4-bedroom duplex. So it's something that is just coming up, and I would like people to maybe reach out to us so they can have a view of what it is and have an idea of the cost.
So you have one now opposite NAF, that's the Asokoro extension.
That's the most recent one. When we talk about luxury, that's the most recent one. We have something also in a golf environment, golf estate, within a golf estate in Kukwaba. Yes, Kukwaba. Wow. And the concept there is very fine. So it's an estate, a very small estate where you have everything within an estate. The entire property is about 80 hectares, but the concept for residential, you have some few estates within the neighborhood. It's a very fine terrain.
So do you think infrastructure development plays a key role for real estate developers?
It's the only thing. Infrastructure development is the only thing. It's not just a key role, it's the major thing. Without infrastructure, every estate built is actually a waste.
But there are some real estate developers who just go into building estates in Abuja or elsewhere without even considering some of the infrastructure deficits in those areas.
It's not their fault.
Okay.
We were just talking about access to land. We mentioned that.
Yes.
So if I don't have land in locations where they have infrastructure, and where I got land is where there is no infrastructure, and I got approval, why will I not build? Then if I don't build, it means I won't have product to sell. But the responsibility is on government. Government is supposed to provide primary infrastructure.
Okay, when you say primary infrastructure, can you be detailed? What exactly do you mean by primary infrastructure?
Access road, third road, within a given district, water, drainage system. These are primary.
Central drainage system.
Central drainage system. Central drainage system. Major roads like dual carriage roads, and massive drainage that can collect water, not tiny drainage that maybe trapezoidal drainage that are meant to just receive water and the next everywhere is full.
Everywhere is flooded.
Flooded. No, proper drainage that is designed for a district. This is government. They are government responsibility, not for developers. So when you see developers creating access roads, they're actually going out beyond what is their responsibility.
Yes, really.
And you can even see there are cases where government will come and say, no, don't do this road. Now, why government is saying don't do the road, it's not because government is trying to stop the development there. The concept of the road government is going to do is constructing that district on that road. It's a massive road. Okay. But when an individual, a private developer is coming to provide the road, he's going to do a tiny, narrow road, and that can obstruct and maybe even disrupt the original concept of government.
Master plan.
Yes, because by the time government come back to that road, it will be completely a waste of money, what the developer did initially.
Okay.
But that's what you have just observed is not a developer's fault.
So what's the way out in this situation?
Government have to devise a means where they can either give the developers the permission to provide infrastructure.
Okay. Government has to provide
for incentives.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you give me a district, for instance, and ask me to provide infrastructure, if I know that I will be paid back, maybe with land.
Okay, maybe with land.
Yes, they did something like that. But it didn't work because they were still giving them to people who don't have capacity.
Okay.
It's very important to anything you are doing, you have to consider capacity, because when you give a district to somebody who doesn't have capacity to go and provide infrastructure, he will go there and become stranded there.
Yes.
First of all, he will not know who to talk to for the design, because you have to design the infrastructure before you go to site and start working. He will now be looking for a contractor that will come and do subcontractor. He will not be able to mobilize to site by himself because he doesn't even know.
Because he lacks capacity in the first place.
Then he will not know how to access funding.
Still lack of capacity.
Yes, because what if you give it to somebody that is a professional or somebody that is skillful in providing infrastructure?
Somebody like Nuel, Osilama Global.
Well,
who has capacity.
Because that means he knows where to get money from.
Okay.
Which is very important. He knows where to get money from. He knows who he can call to come and either partner with him. He knows what to do. He knows how to deploy people to site. And they will provide the necessary infrastructure. So the easiest way for government is not, government doesn't have to look for the money. They should partner with developers.
Government doesn't have to look for the money.
Yeah, partner with developers.
The right developers with the right capacity.
Yes, they will mobilize funds and do this thing.
So if government wants to partner with developers now, are you saying that they should come to Redan, they can partner with the body Redan, or they should practically and critically look at within Redan some persons to deal with?
No,
because I want to believe that not all Redan members have capacity. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, right. That's why government can work with Redan. That would be the best way, because Redan can now sit down on the table, drawing board, and deploy, maybe list out developers that have capacity, or call everybody. Those who have capacity can
identify themselves.
Because it's very capital intensive too.
Yes, capital intensive infrastructure.
A lot of money. a lot of money.
Okay, now we'll round up the show shortly. Let's talk about those low-income projects you have in Abuja. You've talked about the one opposite NAF. Cool, I love that. That's so high-tech.
Okay.
But what about low-income earners for some listeners?
We have...
in Abuja now, or
yes.
Nasarawa?
We have something in Nasarawa on your way to Kefi.
Okay.
It's very, very affordable, although it's off the road. But it's a very decent environment, serene environment. It's around Goshen City.
Well, around Goshen
City. Goshen City is Living Faith Church landmark. That's a major landmark.
There's a major landmark along that road.
Yes, opposite that Goshen City, if you just divert to your right, we have something there. It's called Freedom Estate.
Freedom Estate.
Estate 3.
Okay, Phase 3.
Yes.
Okay.
It's for low-income earners. It's within the range. The land, what we are selling there is just land. It's within the range of 2 million and 3.5 to 4 million.
Okay.
It's very, very affordable.
Freedom Estates.
Yes.
On the way to Kefi, just opposite Goshen
City. Exactly. On your way to Kefi, opposite Goshen City. Although it's off the road, about 2 kilometers off the road. We have something around Karu site too, around Jikwe.
Karu site?
Not site, sorry. Karu is a landmark, but it's Jikwe.
Okay, Jikwe.
We have something in Jikwe.
Okay, really?
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's Comfort Royal. That's our Comfort Royal 5 and 6.
Okay, Comfort Royal 5 and 6.
They are affordable too.
How much?
They are within the range of 2.5. That has to do with the size.
Okay.
Up to about 6 million.
Okay, now before we round up the show, can you tell us your phone numbers again?
Listeners that want to reach us, they can call us on the 0700-221-1091.
Okay, again?
0700-221-1091.
Okay, what are your last words on Infrastructure Watch? What do you have to say? Is it about Nuel Osilama Global? What are your last words?
I will say that I will use this opportunity to call on government to pay attention to infrastructural development. It has a way of provoking economic development, because the more people build houses, the more people are employed. Because the more the traders will sell, it has a ripple effect on the economy. So government should understand that infrastructural provision has a way of affecting the economy positively, impacting on the economy positively. So it's something that should not be taken for granted. Across the nation, everywhere across the country, they need to consider even the when you go to other states, you have deteriorating roads everywhere.
Yes.
They should consider fixing all these roads.
Roads across Nigeria.
It has a way of impacting positively on the economy. Yes. Like agricultural produce can easily get to the right locations. Raw materials can get to factories. A few days ago, I saw a video where trailer load of vegetables fell, everything spoiled because of bad roads.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Carrots and all of that.
Yes, exactly. So it's a terrible state.
So you think the roads are very important? This government should declare state of emergency on Nigerian roads?
On Nigerian roads. Federal government should declare a state of emergency on Nigerian roads.
That is the verdict from ESV Osilama Osilama, the GMD, CEO, MD, chairman of Osilama, Nuel Osilama Global. You know, I did ask you this before we round up the show. Quickly, have you been buying cement at the reduced price from Bola? Because we heard Bola cement has dropped their prices. We want to get real evidences now.
No,
have you been a part of that?
We have heard. I've seen the memo, but I have not bought from them. I will not want to lie.
Okay, you've not bought from them at that reduced price.
But I've seen the memo.
You've seen the memo. Okay, that means you've not bought cement since the time you saw the memo.
No.
Okay, because some people have been saying that the prices are still at 5,000 plus.
That's what I heard.
Okay, that's what you heard too.
That's why I have to tell you that I don't want to lie.
Okay, you've seen the memo. Because of course you are Mr. Integrity, so you don't want to lie.
I'm not Mr. Integrity.
But you're Mr. Capacity.
Well, my name is Osilama.
His name is Mr. ESV Osilama, but I dare say that he's Mr. Capacity, Mr. Integrity. For those of you looking to patronize any real estate developers in Nigeria, Nuel Osilama Global is the place to go. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of the Infrastructure Watch.
Thank you.
It's been an exciting time. Before we go, one last time, sir, please, your phone numbers again, and then we'll round up the show.
070, another 0 again, 221-1091.
That is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Infrastructure Watch. Remember, the guest has been the FCT chairman of the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. I mean, what credibility do you want again? Someone that is the chairman of REDA in the FCT and is the MD, CEO of Nuel Osilama Global. Until we come your way again, same time next week on Repower on 100.5 FM. Remember, my name is Afam Okwone.
It's infrastructure.